My children, 14 and 12 now, they listen to music that I was listening to as a kid, like Green Day and just old school stuff like Easy E, NWA. Like, I love that. Like,
Yeah.
it seems like their style is like older. Like, it's not tight jeans anymore. There's like, I don't know. There's hope for the future.
But it's all coming, it's so funny to watch these things cycle, right? Because the 90s are now popular again.
Right.
And I remember, in the 80s, like we'd walk out wearing things and, our parents would be like, oh, we should have kept our stuff from back when we were kids because that's what we wore. And we're like, whatever. And
Right.
now I'm like, oh my gosh, we're doing it again.
I know.
So it's cool. Yeah, they do. I mean, remember like Friends got super popular again?
Yeah.
And it's like, what is happening right now?
I'm going to order a No Fear shirt.
Yeah. Do you remember like the hypercolor shirts and like
Yeah.
the trolls, what was it, like the butt naked troll thing?
Yeah, I remember those.
That was good.
The 90s were the greatest generation. That was my favorite decade.
It was pretty wild. It was certainly, it was something. Looking back on all the decades I lived,
It was very social. The 90s were very social to me. Like, it was before, like, there was video games out, but people didn't stay in the whole time and all night play video games. We would play for a couple hours, but most of the time we were outside riding bikes or rollerblading, stuff like that, going to the field, building forts. That's what I remember from the 90s.
Yeah. And I think especially in places like Vermont, like music, we were still like, that's when you could be 3 to 6 weeks behind, because they release something on the West Coast and then we'd be getting it later,
Right.
on Z97. So yeah, I think there was something beautiful about having a slower way of life that allowed us to really connect with each other. That's different, and for us that grew up in that, looking at this generation now and the way they do things, we certainly miss, we see the value of what we had. But,
Right.
As I'm watching them, I'm kind of like, is there something valuable about the way they're doing it?
Yeah, and a lot of people have apprehension about like social media and devices and stuff for the kids. It is hard to pry kids off of a device, but what I've been thinking about is like that is probably just the next step in evolution. Like, these things are coming, no matter what. We have to learn how to live with it.
Yeah.
In some way.
We're in such a transition period. I think humanity's in a real transition period right now where we're realizing that certain things don't work.